welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be making a player list in Roblox Studio. Now before you start, this tutorial assumes you have basic knowledge of GUI. Now if you don't have it already, you can watch my previous video, which will be in the description below. Now if you do, congratulations. We can now get started. So you're going to want to go ahead and go to Start GUI, add a screen GUI. And then in that screen GUI, you're going to add a frame. This is where the player GUI stuff will be here, right? Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here and then resize. Alright, this looks good. Alright, so I'll call this player list frame. Player list frame. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add a text label. Right? We're gonna make the length the exact same as this one. Wow, it's $2.99, not $300. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and type in player name. No, player name. Yeah, I'll call it player name. Right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it black. The color is gonna be black. I'll make it 5. Right. I'll just change transparency and see what I can do, and I'll just type in anything like say player name. Now this is for reference. You don't have to do this, but you can go ahead and do that. So I already have text skills. I'll go ahead and just color it, and I'll make it bold. Right. So it looks like this, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just make this transparent, right? Make this transparent, right? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna add in a UI list layout. So let's see if we can duplicate these, right? You'll see some you'll see like a preview of this. So let's go to UI list layout. We're gonna go ahead and just make good padding. Alright, there you go. So once you're satisfied with your frame and UI list layout padding and everything, you can delete all of the reference labels except for one. This label is going to be in the replicated storage. I'm going to make this. We're not gonna have any text in it for now. I'm gonna put this in replicated storage. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to add a local script in this screen GUI. We're gonna type in this local players equals game get service players, and then we're gonna type in local player children equals players get players. So what it'll do is get all the player instances inside the class players right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and type in local player frame equals game get service replicated storage right here. Alright, and then wait for child player name. Now we have the player name that's already here. We can just type in dot player name, but just so it can just like wait for the player name to be here, right? Sometimes it won't just immediately be here. So if you just type player name, right, it might run before this is here. So that's why you type in wait for child. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and type in this for key in player children do. Actually, before we do this, right, we're gonna press enter. Right, we're gonna have it like this. Now, before we type in that, we're gonna type in local space local player equals players dot local player. There you go. Now we're gonna type in this local new player frame equals player frame colon clone. So we're gonna have a duplicate version of the original player frame, right? And then we're gonna type in new player frame dot parent equals local player dot player GUI colon wait for child. We have the screen GUI dot player list frame. So we're gonna put this player name in the player list frame once we get the players. When we get the players like game get player right. So we're gonna type in new player frame dot text equals player children brackets and then p dot name. Now, once we get into the game, right? When we get into the game, right, we should see our name. As you can see, we have Christopher 141. Now we're gonna test and see if we have multiple players. Because sometimes you might see it when there's only one player, but when there are multiple players, you might only just see one frame. So let's look. As you can see, we have the frames of all the players inside the game. Now I'm gonna choose this right now. If somebody leaves the game, I'll have this man leave the game, right? Leave. As you can see, it's still here, right? Because we haven't typed in something else yet. We'll do that soon. So we're gonna go ahead and type in this players.player_removing connect function, and then two parentheses, type in player. So this is an event that will run when a player leaves the game. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do local expected player frame equals local player dot player GUI dot screen GUI dot player list frame. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to type in new player frame dot name equals player children, and then bracket p dot name as well. All right, same thing. All right, so we're gonna do wait for child player dot name. That's why we set this new player frame name as the player children name, so we can find that player's name inside that parent, right? And we're gonna say if expected player frame, then expected player frame destroy, which will remove the instance from the game. So when player joins in the game, you'll see the player list, and when somebody leaves, that list, when the players inside that list will be gone. So we should test this. Right? We got players. Now, if somebody leaves, as you can see, that frame goes away. There you go. Now you've successfully made your player frame GUI. Now you can go. Now there are two options you can do. You can stop here and just like have this frame. You can do that, right? Or you can make it more specific and more designed, right? And continue watching this video. So if you're satisfied with your current GUI and how it looks like this, how it looks basic, you can click off this video. But for those who want to make it look more neat and look nice, we're gonna go ahead and do this. So we're gonna get this thing, right? We're gonna actually add a frame. We're going to replace this with a player frame. Actually, yeah, we're gonna have a player frame this time. We're gonna remove this, and we're gonna have this inside. Again, I'm going to make this visible so I can just match the this $2.99. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this now transparent. And now I'm going to go ahead and have this player frame right here. I'm going to make it black, right, 0.5. Transparency, I'm going to make it black. There you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 text labels and 1 image label. So this image label, right, these 2 text labels first. This one of them is going to be our player display name, and the other one is going to be our actual player name. So in Roblox, there are 2 types of names. You have the player display name and the player name. So the player name is your actual name with the at inside of it, right? But your display name will be the name that everybody else sees, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and just resize it, right? I'm going to make it 6967, okay? Right? I'm going to resize, put it up here. And then I'm going to this, and I'll put this one up here. And I'll put this right here, like this. So there you go. Now, right here, I'm going to make both these backgrounds invisible. So I'm going to go ahead, just that. All right, there you go. Now what I'm going to do is just add a reference just to see how it looks. I'll type in player name. I'll make it text scale. Then I'll make it bold. There, I want it to look like that. Now I'll do ID and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and then I'll make it text scaled, make it like this, and this is going to be our player. It's going to be our player thumb. I'll call this headshot because we're going to get the head shot of the player, right? So we get the image of it. Now I'm going to make this background visible. All right. Now the last thing I want to do is add a UI corner there. And then I'm going to go ahead and set it to 14. There you go. I think that looks nice, and I'll set the same for the headshot. Just just like make sure our this has the image, and there you go. And once you're satisfied with this, right? I look well satisfied. I'm gonna go ahead with this, and we're gonna go ahead and put this in the replicated storage. But we are not done yet. We have to change a lot of stuff in our little script. So we're gonna go back here, right? We're gonna go ahead and set the player name. We're gonna do player frame, right? And right here, the parent is alright. The new player frame, right? That's fine. But right here, we need to change this. So we're gonna just open this up a bit, and we're gonna type in this new player frame dot player display name dot text equals player children bracket p capital P dot display name, right? The display name with ID associated with player. There you go. Now I'm gonna type in new player frame dot player name dot text equals player player children bracket p dot name with the actual name. And also just to make it fun, we're gonna type in to the post at and then dot dot, so we can add another string because we cannot add strings arithmetically like this. We gotta do this. All right, we're gonna type in at and no space actually. We're gonna type in player children p dot name. There you go. Now we are almost done. We got one more thing to do. We're gonna type in local space player thumbnail equals players get user thumbnail async. So we need the user ID, the enum thumbnail type, and the thumbnail size. So what we're going to do, we're going to type in player children bracket p dot user ID, which is the user ID of the player, and we can see what character is it. Enum dot thumbnail type dot headshot. We're gonna make so we can get the face of the head, right? Oh, and we're gonna go back here, and then we're gonna do enum dot thumbnail size, not type, dot size 60, 60, 100, 48. Which one? You can choose one of them. I'll just choose 60 since that's what's close to. So there you go. Now we are almost done. We are not done yet. And then we're gonna type in new player frame dot headshot dot image equals player thumbnail, and there you go. Now we're gonna go ahead. Let's see. Let's make sure it's not looks fine. All right. So this is completely fine because we have the name the exact same thing. So now we're gonna go ahead and just hit play. Load. All right, there you go. We got our name, we got our username, and we got our outfit right here. Now, if we go ahead and click start, don't worry about the server window, just these two windows. All right, as you can see, we have our players, we have our player names and their names. Now you won't see the headshot because these aren't actual players. These are just unregistered players inside the Roblox Studio used for testing. So you won't see these headshot images here. But I am an actual player, the Christian 41, right? That is an actual player. So when you go inside here, right, you will have an actual image of yourself right here. So there you go. Now we have made our player list GUI both the basic and advanced way. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can see more tutorials like this. All right, have a great day.